kind of like to forget some of those numbers. But years ago, when I started with the basic skincare, went to a party in Oklahoma when my husband was in the military. From there, it's all been history. Never changed after that time. And I've been 45 years in Mary Kay, so they would have been long before that. But tonight we have got a real fun experience for you girls, and even for us directors, simply because Mary Kay is known to be number one for the 3 years in a row, and she is there because the company believes in staying with the trends, not totally, but they believe in basics, but they are always upping our game, and oftentimes the first cosmetic company out there to introduce some of these products. And so because of that, we have these newer products that women have found that as through estheticians using, that they can create with our own products some of the same results. And guess what's popular right now? Glass skin. And we know that we can get great results just with our regular skincare products. But these products that we're going to introduce to you tonight have even more power, pink power, we're going to call them. And that's the type of thing that women like. They want to know that if they advance. In fact, I'm going to give you a fact, and I thought this was pretty impressive. I laid it down here. Now I probably can't find it. It says, did you know only 20% of most visible skin aging is from the natural aging process? Haven't you heard those women who say, oh, I'm 80 years old, I can have a few wrinkles, right? But only 20% of that is from the aging. The rest, you can help protect against. So that also means if they've got a lot of lines and they maybe haven't taken that protection step. So we can help ourselves, girls. And so we're here to help you as consultants share the information and how you can help our customers. And then from there, the customers can pass it on. And that's how Mary Kay's been in business. 60, coming up 60, is it 2 this year? 62. 63? Oh my gosh. Time flies when you're having fun. But we have someone here. I'm going to introduce you to my 2 director friends tonight. Brenda Fries. Brenda can wave to you there. She is in Great Bend, Kansas, a sister director with me. And we have Miss Deborah Marsh up in Baldwin City, just fresh out of 20 hours away from Arizona, that she kind of flew in with her car last night. But we love our business. We don't have to have territories, and we can travel and we can work the same time we're traveling. So it's great that these ladies made a special effort to help us all learn from each other with our new glass skincare products that we want to introduce you tonight. Brenda has found that there is this great top director who introduced hey there, Angie, you're experimenting with this. Look at her go. She's sharing some things. I'm going to have Brenda do some, first, Angie, if you don't mind. I'm going to have Brenda do some talking about a way that we can determine correct skincare for you and your customers. So Brenda, if you would like to take that over, because I think it was Heather Daniel Kent that you were so impressed with, and I was impressed with it too. So you might want to take a few of these notes, because I loved what she did to help her customers be satisfied.
Yes, I was very impressed. Of course, I love learning. Heather Daniel Kent is a top director in Missouri, in the Kansas City area. And I'm just going to share this with you gals, that every Wednesday now, this is what she's doing, started in June, on Wednesday at noons. It's called HDK Download. That's her YouTube channel. So if you wanted to listen, and I'm just going to encourage you, you need to be listening to these things, because you're not going to a weekly meeting and we're not going to things, and it's available right in front of your face. And the only thing that is deterring us is time. And so you just got to decide what you want to fit in to your time frame. And it's important for me. So this is where I learned this from. And I would highly recommend you go back and look, because this was called skincare. What did I tell you it was, Rita? Didn't I write that down?
Well, How,
I don't know. It's about your skincare. There's different ones that she has. And so this is what she said. And she said when she has a new client come to her home, visiting, and that's what you do, setting the scenario with, getting to know each other. And then she goes, I need to know, can I ask you a lot of questions? Before we get started, I need to ask you a lot of questions. Okay. All right. So these are the questions she asked this client, because by asking these questions, oh my gosh, it is helping her. And it also is making your customer think too. It's a win-win thing. So the first question she wants to know is, so how old are you? You need to tell me your age. So write that down. Act like you're a customer right now. So I'm 66. And so the first thing I think of if I heard that from my customer is value firm. Okay, that in my mind. Next question. What is your interest in skincare and anti-aging? Well, I'm into skincare. I don't know if I'm using the right products. Anti-aging is really important. Okay, so you're going to write that down. What are you currently using? That's a really big one. And she shares that the first thing she finds out, like if some of these girls are coming and say, well, I use X, Y, and Z from Sephora. Money isn't a real issue. They're spending money at an upper end place, and so that helps her in that category. And then she goes, how many products do you want to use, and how many products are you currently using? 2 questions. So with that, because we're going to show you a lot of products tonight with this glass skin, and it's very, a question that comes out a lot is, oh my gosh, I'm not going to take that time to put all that on my face. Okay, that's okay. But that's how, you find out with this question, how many products do you currently use? Well, I use a moisturizer, I use a cleanser, a mask, I use this. So that really helps you as the consultant know that she's interested in some new products. That's why she's there. I really feel that way. Okay, next question. She says, so what is your lifestyle? Are you is she a person that's a dash out the door? If she is, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. I'm going to do, dash out the door look. And probably a simple skincare regimen, depending on the answers she gave me. Next question she asked is, so tell me your budget. Give me an idea. Where are we talking? $50, $150, $200? Tell me something. So that overcomes that before you even get started. I really like that. And then the last thing is, what is your skin type? Okay. And that is really, really important because she's really, we have oily, or we have dry to normal. We have oily combination. We also have customers that have very dry skin. They're going to take very dry. Okay. So you need to know that. We also have customers that have sensitive skin. And one of the perks, and so Heather I love listening from her because she is that customer that has sensitive skin. Guess what? We have products that we can customize. Obviously, there's things she says I cannot use in the volume firm, but I can use some of them and I use some in the other. So if they're willing to work with you and you're willing to work with them in customizing them, they're not getting that at Sephora either. They're just picking up. And I don't believe they can return. But, we just got so many pluses as being Mary Kay consultants and servicing our customers. So those are the questions that I have written down. I even used it with a couple of clients that have come over that are already, using skincare, but I just wanted to know their feedback on it. So I hope that helps you. I don't know.
Yeah, I really did. I liked it when she told me. And so she's going to be sending us maybe a list of them so that we can.
Yes, yes, I
pass
did
them
get
out
that
to
done,
you.
Rita.
No, that's all right. It's just something that I think everybody will enjoy having that information. Let's get started then. We're going to talk, just like Angie had got us up there, we're going to talk about 8 different steps in this glass skincare regimen. That doesn't mean that you can call a regimen a routine or whatever. I'm going to take the first 2, then each of us directors are going to take 2 till we get through the 8. So the first step, Angie, if you want to put, did you say before? There we go. We'll look at that and then we can flash it up again when I'm finished. And can you all read that? First of all, it says, I'll read it off of mine because I'm not really good at this. Okay, micellar water. The first step is a double cleansing. So I'm going to talk to you about that. We're going to be talking about micellar water and the foaming Voluform cleanser. And the second step is about exfoliation. So those 2 are my topics, and that'll be using the microdermabrasion and also the revealing radiance. So I believe that there's a couple choices with that one. So let's talk about the first one, which is what I would call something that I really hadn't considered. And this is a product that I have really grown to like, and it is called micellar water. And I understand that it's very popular in the European countries because, and I'm not real sure what it is, but you do not have to have water to clean your skin with this particular product. I mean, after all, it says micellar water, right? But it is still very gentle and yet effective. And they say it's very popular with the women who might be camping or who may not have a source when they're out and about, and they need just something that they can have to clean up their skin, and they are very excited about that. So tonight we talked about, just to demonstrate this, first of all, you say 2 steps for cleansing. If we're going to talk to a person about saving time, why do we need 2 steps for cleansing? Well, there is a purpose to it. If you think of a dirty kitchen floor and you have just spilled a box of cereal or something on it, are you just going to go right in and start with your rag and start mopping it up? No, you're going to sweep it first, aren't you? You're going to get the most of it up, and then you're going to go ahead and then do the deep cleansing and get all of the dirt off of it. So that's what this is. This is the sweeping it up first and step. So we're just going to, normally you would just maybe use a cotton round or a cotton ball, put a little bit on a cotton round. And if I use the back of my hand for a face, and you'll know, and you can just sweep across it. But I've even used this for my eye makeup remover in a hurry, because I was just really going to town and trying to get the most of it off, especially on the hot days. And it really will leave even a shine, afterwards. And it feels good and it's very refreshing. So that's the first step. And I'll just read you some from our fact sheet here. We always like to print off our fact sheet. They say that no rinsing or harsh rubbing required, removes their impurities, and it breaks down the face makeup and oil. And it says that on our routine. When we get that, we'll send it to you also. So it helps break down your face makeup and that skin stays hydrated. So the next step, and by the way, you can use it twice a day, and it works just very quickly throughout the day if you need to touch up. And it's basically the first step in a double cleansing. So that's why we're calling this a double cleansing. All right. So the second step in that cleansing is one of my favorites. And I tell you what, the nice thing about Mary Kay products, we have sets that are, like Brenda said, that are designed for different age groups, different lifestyles. But the best thing, like she said, Heather had certain ingredients that she couldn't use. So she was swapping out into maybe did she say it was a miracle set, Brenda, or not? But I swap out a couple of different things from the miracle set that I love, and don't use some of the in the Voluform, because my face likes the other better than this. Not this, but because I love this. I have young girls loving this. My daughter loves it. She's not really needing to have the what we call Voluform, but at the same time, what it is they love about it, it takes a very small amount, and then I tell you, I'm going to mark the next time when I open this. I think sometimes it lasts 6 months because it takes such a small amount. It could take up to I don't know, even that small of amount for me. And then as long as you, and I don't have my water here, so this could create, I'll be using the micellar water to take off the cleanser. But when I run it with warm water, and you oxygenate it, it literally creates a foam. And that is what everybody loves. I don't have any water with it now, but it will foam up, and then you can just rinse it off. I'm a washcloth gal. I prefer not splashing water all over my sink. And so rinse your washcloth several times. And by the time you've used the micellar water first, and then you follow up with that cleanser, and it takes so little of it. I don't know if anybody else has measured and knows how long this lasts. Let me know, but at least 3 months and longer for me. Anybody out there have a time frame that they use it and they know how long it lasts? If you are, unmute yourself and let us know.
Well, at least 4 to 6 months.
I think so. Yeah, I thought it was 6 months the last time. I thought I cannot.
I use too much of it. I like it too.
You love it. I do have my washcloth here. Okay.
That's okay.
All right. So we have really great clean skin. The best part, I think, of this cleanser, and you guys can tell me if you agree or not, is the fact that when you take it off, it doesn't feel tight, but it feels soft and it feels clean at the same time. We run across women and they've used nothing but maybe a Dial soap bar or something like that. And they're so used to clean, for them feels squeaky clean and tight. Your skin will never feel tight with our Voluform foaming cleanser. So
but I will say, Rita, that Voluform cleanser is not only for people age 50 and older. These young girls are using this cleanser, and because of the anti-aging and because it does foam, and probably would be my favorite. Now I don't use that in the shower. I use another in the shower, but because I have some extra others that I need to use up. But I just think that maybe the 20-year-old, but I don't know, our little hotshot Megan Chapman she uses that one and brags about it. She's 26 years old. So that's why I said that.
Yeah. And that's why I said my daughter has used it for years since it came out. Brenda, you figured out how long it's been out the other day, didn't you? Was it 12 years?
12 years.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe it because it doesn't seem like it should be that old. So she started using it right away because at that time she was 30-something. She thought she was really getting old. And she's never given it up because it is that good. Okay, now we've got our clean faces. The most important, I don't know if you girls are going to agree with me, directors, step in the next part is having our face prepared so that the next products we use after this second step are going to be accepting of it. That second step says exfoliation. And exfoliation is very, very important in order for our skin to be prepped so that it does absorb and takes care of all of. You get maximum benefits from our anti-aging products that we're going to talk to you about tonight, and the texturizing and everything. So I'm going to talk to you about 2 choices. With this step 2, you have 2 choices. You have what we call our, did I leave it over there? No, I brought it over here. I know I did. Yes, I did. I left it in the box because it looks so pretty in the box. This is our microdermabrasion. We have the microdermabrasion is a physical exfoliant, and then I have an option. Part B here is a chemical exfoliant. Okay, so let's talk about the physical one. Microdermabrasion Refine is the first step. You'll see it in the box here. Mine, I had an older container that I was using for demonstration. I wanted you to see the all pink one. My other one that I've been using up had a black cap. We all know how that is with the company when they change things. So I use that for demonstration, but this is the new packaging, and it's really not even that new anymore. But anyway, this one is the Refine. Refine step has little beads in it. It's designed to be put on with circular motion, a wet surface. I personally keep my Refine in the shower. And what I like about that is I have a damp face after I've cleansed it off. I have my cells that have a time-wise bar in there. But after that, then I go ahead and I do the Refine step. It's gentle enough. You can use it every day, but exfoliation process is recommended every 2 to 3 days. So step 2 is not necessarily something that you have to do every day. But the way I used to when I would talk to prospective people buying our skincare, I said this part is really important because it's you don't want to miss the step. if you miss a step, then the skin doesn't it doesn't accept all of the other products as beautifully, because the dead skin cells keep it from doing that. Every 3 to 4 days is what they found. So I'd say the girls, okay, our garbage man here comes every 2 days. If you want to remember that, then just when the garbage man comes, do your refining, take out the old dead oil in there, clean out your pores, and then make sure when you're done with that, rinse it well. You will put the pore minimizer on, which is a little serum, and it's very important because what that does is it closes up the pores. It actually creates smaller pores. So if you know somebody who is fighting large pores in the T-zone or something, make sure that they know about this if they haven't heard about it. This is called our microdermabrasion set. And then the other choice that you have is the chemical. So that's a physical one. That means it's on top. We're massaging it in from the top, removing everything, closing up our pores. If you would prefer this one, or maybe you want to alternate it, this is a Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. Now, everybody says, because it says facial peel, they assume that when you put it on, it's going to set on your face, it's going to dry, and then you're going to peel it off. Anybody had that expectation? Because they did. Anyway, it's just a clear, a little pink, not pink, white, but creamy looking. And you just put this on. And by the time you've blended it all in, you can't even tell you've got anything on. Brenda and I were talking about this last night. It says on the directions, 10 minutes is all it's needed, because what it has in it, is it glycol? Brenda, you remember? You and
Glycolic acid.
The glycolic acid is the power ingredient in this one. Here it is. And what that does is it eats up the dead skin cells beneath the skin cell layer. And so for me, I like to use, like I said, the physical one periodically. And then on other nights when I just want to go read the paper or something, wash my face, and then I go ahead and I put on this chemical one, or what's called the Reveal Peel, with the glycolic acid, because it penetrates beneath the surface layer. That's why it's called a chemical exfoliator. So those are two choices you have. And I don't know if you girls have tried them. Does anyone have a comment about what they, directors, you might have a comment, or any of you guests, consultants? Anybody?
I love them both. So I actually rotate. So I like to exfoliate every other day, so that 3 times a week, but I will kind of go back and forth between microderm and the facial peel. My experience with microderm, I like it because you can target areas where you maybe get more dead skin. Like my nose will get a built up of dense skin, or maybe I've got, well, I have forehead lines. They're there. And so I will scrub a little bit longer there. So you can target areas with microderm, but the facial peel is so easy just to rinse it off. And I love how my skin feels after using both products. Facial peel does go a little bit deeper than microderm. It does go a little bit deeper than, so you'll feel a little bit of a difference, but I love them both.
Yeah. And it does say like 10 minutes, but Brenda and I were saying, I leave it on till I'm ready to take it off. And it might be 30 minutes for me. I don't know. But
and I use 3 to 4 pumps. I am not I'm not skimping on that. I put 3 to 4 pumps, and I'm bringing it clear down, and you smooth it on. And so, smooth that on, and it's usually a half hour to 45 minutes that I leave that on. I exfoliate every night with something, because we have the different ones. I mean, if I use that, then I'm going to wait, and then tomorrow I might do another one. But and if I use, and I will also say the microdermabrasion is in my shower, because it's much easier to use in the shower and rinse off. Now, I just always taught my customers that. And I also blend it with my cleanser.
Okay. She's getting it all done at once, I guess. All right.
I do not. I do it together. It's so much easier.
Not wasting any time. All right. We're ready, Angie, for steps, I believe 3 and 4. If you want to put those up there, the regimen for the next steps. Who has those? Is that you, Deb? Or Brenda?
Oh, it's me. It's me. I'm so sorry. I was like in the zone here. Okay. Yes, I do have the toner, and I absolutely love our Mary Kay toner. So this is for balancing and restoring your skin's pH and prepping your skin for better absorption. So I don't know if you can see the toner, but my personal testimony with this, it has changed in appearance. We used to have one that had kind of a spray bottle that you would pump onto a cotton pad. This one you just squirt, but I've been in Mary Kay for 36 years. I've always used the toner. No matter which skincare regimen I've used, I've always used a toner after my final cleansing step or final exfoliation step because I love what it does for my skin. I also tell my customers if they have issues with breakouts, boy, add a toner. It just makes a big difference. It really is an extra cleansing step. So the benefits that it offers is it balances your skin's pH. It minimizes the appearance of your pores. So yay, just like the pore minimizer. It removes impurities and preps your skin for better absorption of other skincare products. Provides hydrating benefits, and your skin will feel refreshed and cool, contributing to a brighter, healthier complexion. So it's very quick to add this. I just love how it feels, and you can do the eye area, you can do your neck. It's that gentle that you can really use it anywhere. So the one that we have as part of our Mary Kay skincare line, which they're kind of targeting, younger skin, but I just use it no matter what. But we also have our other toner that's part of the Clear Proof set. That one's a little bit too strong for me, but it has the acne benefits. But this is the one that I would recommend, that if you don't have issues with acne, that you just add this to your regimen because it makes a difference, and use it morning and night. Yep, for sure. Morning and night. You'll just love how it feels. So that's part of our glass skincare routine. So I'm so glad that's part of that because I love it. And then I also get to talk to you about two of our, let me just get these pulled up. Okay. Two of our boosters, which is, can we go back to that listing again? Angie, I'm so glad you know how to do all this.
I know. That's what I told her. It's the essence.
It
Deb?
really, the essence, yes. So you can see I'm talking about the ferulic niacinamide brightener, and also the HA ceramide hydrator. So these are part of our Clinical Solutions dermatological skincare. It's this kind of a supplement, and it would be the same quality and grade that you would get if you were to go to a dermatologist's office and say you have concerns about age spots, or you feel like your skin just needs more hydration. They would recommend a similar product, but ours is a fraction of the cost, but the same quality. So the ferulic niacinamide brightener helps to reduce uneven skin tone and boost your skin's brightness with a targeted booster. This one in particular is kind of similar to our replenishing serum C+E, and that it has sources of vitamin C. It has ferulic acid and niacinamide to help with brightening, and our patented navy bean extracts. And it's that combination of ingredients that's the magic for our skin and for brightening and reducing sunspots and making our skin more even tone, which the majority of women as we get older, we need a little bit of help in that area because we've had some sun exposure, and those little guys just start popping up whether we want them to or not. So love that. It just takes a couple of drops all over the face, and you just let that fully absorb. And then you follow with the HA ceramide hydrator. Let me tell you about that one. This one I love because you compare it with really any of our boosters that we have. So when the skin experiences moisture imbalance, lines and wrinkles become more visible. Skin's critical barrier, support your skin's critical barrier with this hyaluronic acid packed booster. So it really does increase hydration of the skin. If you haven't tried it, and tell me if you're using more than I am, but it just takes a couple of drops because it's so silky smooth. You really could use this every single day with any of the boosters just for extra hydration. I think sometimes if people are oily skin, they feel like they don't need the extra hydration, but you can still be oily and also your skin be dehydrated.
Yes.
So even ladies who have oily skin can benefit from using the HA Ceramide Hydrator. So that's what I had to say about those lovely things. I also love that it's just a couple of drops and it's very fast. So even though it's a lot of products that we're using, toner takes, just a few seconds. The boosters really just take a few seconds. It doesn't take any time at all to add this to your glass skincare routine.
And like Deb and I were talking today, I said once, recently I've tried different ones on top of each other. And if you get too much, like she said, it doesn't take much. If you get too much, because you think, oh, that's not much, I'll just put plenty on there and rub it all in, it'll roll on you. And you all know what that's like when you have products that roll. That means you're using too much. And we're so grateful that our Mary Kay products are very concentrated and we don't have to worry about using a lot, not watered down. Thank you, Deb. That was great. All right. I know that next is Brenda. She's going to tell us about some of our favorite serums.
Yes. After you have used, you always want to put the boosters on first. That goes on your skin first before you put anything else is the boosters. So the serums that are highly, highly recommended in your skincare routine is Serum Plus C, and it's the TimeWise product. And the other one serum that we have is our Voluform Lifting Serum, Advanced Lifting Serum. And I just believe, well, if you're using the Voluform set, the skincare set, this comes with it. So you're going to have this. Every skincare program needs this because I think every skin needs vitamin C plus E. It is a booster for collagen. And are you aware that we start losing collagen at age 16? Yep, that's the age, not 20, down at 16. So we've all been losing it for a long time. And, you're trying to get it back. Okay, but I'm trying to maintain it. And that's what I use this for. But by using the Ferlitic Niacin Brightener that Deb was talking about, along with this, these two come as a set. They show that you're getting 42% more brightness by using them both. That was another information that I received from Heather in that class. I didn't know what was that hot. I mean, that's a lot, but I use this every day. I use the Ferlitic acid every day. That was nice. Ferlitic Niacinamide Brightener every day. And following by that, then I put my lifting serum on. And it does exactly what it says. It's going to lift. And it's to leave your skin feeling softer and smoother and more moisturized. And the bottom line's lifted. So I just feel my skin has benefited big time for being a Voluform user from the time it came out. And then by adding the other supplements. And that's why I use a lot of products, but because I want my skin, I want it to look good. And I'm very intentional about that. Following your serums, ladies, then you need to moisturize and protect. Rita was talking about that when we first started, about the protection and about, how we age. And most of it isn't from the sun. From just getting older. It's how we're taking care of our skin and how much sun damage and how many times we're out in the sun is how our skin is aging. So you have some choices on your moisturizers. And if you're using the Miracle Set, TimeWise Miracle Set, then you're using the antioxidant moisturizer. It comes for dry to normal and combination to oily. You could use the Day Defender. If you're using the Voluform set, you'll use the Day Defender because this has an SPF of 30 in it. No, this is day cream, excuse me. I'm jumping the gun there. Day cream, which is 30. And then the day defender in the Miracle set, it also has an SPF of 30 in it. So you need to use moisturizer. If you're using the Miracle set, you want to put this on, followed by the Day Defender, because this has the SPF. That's what you put that on first. And then some of us, when the Miracle, they changed this out on us. And we used to do this one first. And oh, isn't it hard when we get into a stinking routine? We don't want to change, but this needs to go on top because of the SPF. But you need to decide which ones you get a choice on that, but you want to make sure you have a moisturizer. And another thing that Mary Kay did with our moisturizers is have SPF in it. But the antioxidant moisturizer does not, which is why you need the Day Defender on top for those terms. So that, that we almost have completed this glass skin look, and Deb's going to finish it up with the last two products.
Awesome. Okay, I'm thrilled to do that. Okay, so next I get to talk about eye cream. And for the glass skin routine, it is our Time-Wise Firming Eye Cream. If you haven't used this one before, it's a little bit thicker. I like to pump it out and kind of rub it between my ring fingers. You always want to apply your eye cream patting real gently underneath your eye with your ring finger because it's your weakest finger. But this eye cream is super rich and luxurious. It's so advanced that it improves the firmness underneath your eye. And we don't have any oil glands underneath our eyes. And the skin is much, much thinner than the skin on our face. And so it's more likely and prone to wrinkle and to sag and to crinkle like tissue paper would. And so you really need, all women need an eye cream. But it improves firmness. It helps to brighten around the eyes, which as we get older, that skin gets a little bit thinner and we get darker circles under the eyes. So it helps to brighten and provides intense moisturization, plus minimizes the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It also has soothing botanical extracts and brightening agents that help to condition the skin under the eye for more moisturization, resulting in more even skin tone. Suitable for, all skin types. It's hypoallergenic and safe for contact wearers. My personal experience, if you're doing glass skin, in the morning, then you probably would not put the eye cream on your eyelid, just underneath your eye, or your shadow may not stay on. But in the evening, you want to do your eye cream on your lid and also underneath your eye, because the skin can get just as saggy on our lid as it can underneath our eye area. So that's our firming eye cream. Love that. I love that we have 3 choices of eye cream too, because they all work great and they all have similar benefits, but they're also very different. Okay, the last thing that I get to talk to you about is our extra hydration boost. I'm sure a lot of you have tried this, maybe use it on a regular basis, but it's a product that helps to activate our glow. It's a multitasking fan favorite. Only takes 2 or 3 drops of this lightweight facial oil, and that's our naturally nourishing oil, which I'm holding up the previous bottle, but it's kind of gotten a new packaging, but it's the same great product. I'm so glad it's still part of our line. This product extends any skincare regimen beyond moisturizer by adding oil as the final step. Rita and I were talking today, and I had been adding it to my serums because I thought that's what we were supposed to do. And I love how it feels, but you actually get way more benefit by putting it on as your final step and just locking in that moisture and adding more hydration as your last step. So the oil can also be used on your elbows, your cuticles, and even the ends of your hair. My daughters like to put it on their scalp as a scalp oil, and they'll just sleep with it and wash it off the next day. So it does a lot for if you have a flaky, dry scalp, great for that also. So it really is a multitasking product, but on the face, you just get that extra glow from using the oil and that extra hydration that you want. And it really does help give you that glass skin feel and look, that radiance where it's just super healthy, beautiful. It has sweet almond oil, sesame oil, and olive oil. And that's what makes that yummy smell that it has as well when you're putting it on. So I absolutely love this. Love this oil. So do you guys have another use for it than what I described?
No, but I will tell you this. My daughter says she just loves it. She puts it on at night. She crawls into bed and her husband recognized the scent right off the bat. She says it's just such a good, yummy smell. The one thing I wanted to say about the firming eye cream, my daughter had a very sensitive eye person and she kept trying different eye creams with her. She tried other brands, could never find an eye cream that she wasn't sensitive to. She could wear our firming eye cream. So those of you, if you ever have a client or a customer who says they can't wear eye creams, you don't really know why until you try because they're all different. But that particular one seems to be a very agreeable one for a lot of sensitive people that have that issue with their eye creams. So just thought you might want to know that for future reference.
Ladies, I also use the oil every night. I mean, I'm using it every single day. So I'm going to, I mean, I wasn't doing that. I put 2 to 3 drops in my Targeted Action body lotion every night. And the only place I put it is here. That's where I'm putting it, all in this. 2 to 3 pumps of Targeted Action body lotion and the oil. Then I'm also putting oil into my night cream. So if you're doing a glass skin at night, you will use your night cream, but I'm putting the oil and putting that all over my face too.
And it soaks in.
Yes, it does. And I've just seen a big difference. But I'm using the boosters every day too. So
she's using it all. She's using it all. Yeah. Well, okay.
Ladies,
yes.
In the chat, if you can get to the chat, I put that flyer that I had shared is in the chat. And you can go over to the 3 little dots and download it or open the file, and then you can save it to your computer. So
you are so good.
So it is there in the chat, and then go to the 3 little dots. And you can either open the file and then save it or download it and then save it.
I see it.
Either one.
That's great.
And if it downloads, it'll probably go to your download file, and then you'll need to save it into another file on your computer. Or on your phone. If you're on your phone, you can still do that and save it maybe in your notes section or something like that. So it is there.
You're just so intelligent, Angie. I just can't figure out how you know so much of this stuff. It's great. It's great. Okay. And I don't even know how to do this, but you talked me through it. I'm impressed. Okay. I've even saved it and everything. All right. Let's see if I can get it back to seeing y'all again here. Get out of here. I got a slow computer. That's not good. All right. We're going to wrap this up to, one of the things that...
Oh, she's freezing. She froze.
She said slow computer, didn't she?
Yeah, I don't know.
She shouldn't have called out the computer.
Oh, no.
She shouldn't have looked on the thing either. Should have left it alone. She probably doesn't know. I mean, she's off now.
Her picture's gone, but it said her name is still.
Yeah, her name's down
she's
there.
Still on, but her picture's gone. And now she'll be.
Oops. And Rita, you're muted. So if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Well, and that might be me.
Oh, okay.
I know it's complicated because I use her Zoom account. So.
Well, we can jump in maybe.
Okay,
there she is.
I pushed enough buttons. that I finally got back. Okay. Maybe you can't hear me yet. Can you hear me?
Nope, you're good.
Oh, we're hearing
You're
you.
good. You're
Okay,
good.
loud and clear. All right. So anybody who is a guest tonight may purchase any of our skincare sets for 20%. And if you want to invest in some of our special glass skincare products that we know they do make a difference in women's skin, anything ever for every $50 you spend, you can have one item, one of the other skincare items at 50% off. So for every $50 that you spend, then you may have one item at half price. And another, let's say you spent $100, you get two items at half price. So you're going to be looking at that, and I want your consultant to, take you under her wing and explain that, Michelle. That would be you. So that if you want to purchase something, that they can go ahead and do that for every $50, one of the other items at half price. So anyway, that's our little thank you. And Michelle, turn in their names and we'll do a drawing, and one of them will win our door prize. And we will, I have something in mind for them, but I'll run it by you first, whoever that lucky person is. So talk to Michelle, guest tonight. And thank you so much, Teresa, Brenda. Did we have one more? It seemed like we did. Teresa, Brenda, I thought there was one more. Michelle, did you have a third guest?
I didn't have a third one, but her name was Shannon.
Okay. I thought maybe I thought a third one. Okay. Well, that pretty much is it. Deb has, I have asked her to finish it with our pink possibilities. It's just an acronym on the word pink.
All right, perfect. And I do have to, the directors are probably wondering, it's not a t-shirt, but do you recognize this top?
Mm-hmm.
From like
like 100 years ago.
It was our director.
So of course, I'm sure you were going to keep it. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it matches our new hot pink like perfectly. So yes, I had to pull it out. Okay. I do still have it. I knew I could wear it again. I'm so excited. Okay. So it is Pink Week. We are talking about everything pink, and that's why we're wearing our pink for you. So we wanted to I wanted to share some pink possibilities. So pink, the acronym for pink, P stands for prizes in Mary Kay, which prizes can be a lot of different things. It can be a Mary Kay career car, because we can earn the use of a car. It can be diamond rings. I know some of us are working to earn a diamond ring this year from the company. Designer handbags, all sorts of prizes from your director, and also girlfriend trips. So we are promoting a girlfriend trip this year. We did it last year. It was very fun. But the company also has vacations as well, trips that we can earn. So that's the P, prizes. So who doesn't like to get prizes, right? And then the I part of pink stands for income, which of course we're all doing, Mary Kay, because we like to make extra income. Not our focus, though, is it, Brenda? We love our customers. We just love spending time with them. But there's unlimited income potential, which is fabulous. We're one of the highest base commission companies for women to work for, and we make a 50% commission. So I love that. And it's recurring because we love our products. And so we run out and we need to reorder. And so it just provides income anytime that we share our products with our customers. So, and then N is for no territories. We are our own boss, and we can work anywhere in the United States. So if you have family in another state, customers in another state, you relocate, you still can keep your customers. I ship products all over the place. I have a lot of people in Oklahoma and Colorado, and I just mail products all over. So that's really nice that we can still service our customers no matter where they live. You're also in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You get this Mary Kay family, which is really fun. You always have Mary Kay girlfriends. So even though it's your own business, you are working with a group of women who are cheering you on and supporting you and sharing ideas. So you're not solo, which makes it so fun. It's such a sisterhood and very different than any other company that, which makes us the number one, really. It really does. And then K, the K part of pink, is really our philosophy of keeping God first family second, and career third, which also makes us super unique and very special to be a part of. So we wanted to share that with you because if you're a guest and it's something that you've thought about, we would love for you to join us and be part of our Mary Kay Sisterhood because we just have so much fun. And we're just all about painting the world pink and sharing our fabulous products that are for the third year in a row, we're #1 in both skincare and color globally, not just in the United States, but around the world. So who doesn't want to be using the best of the best? So
Yeah, #1 for 3 years. That's great. Thank you, Deb.
you're
I wanted to
welcome.
ask one quick favor. I wanted a favorite product from Darnell. Do you have a favorite Mary Kay product? She's been with Mary Kay for a lot of years.
You're muted, Darnell.
Yeah. And then if I could have it,
Getting used to how to do all this.
yeah.
Okay. My favorite product would have to be the Voluform foaming cleanser. I really like it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Good one. Do you have one, Angie?
Yes, one product. Actually, it's one, and I've always been surprised it's not part of the glass routine, but I can see where it will definitely complement the glass skin routine, is the Biucell
Mask.
facial mask.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
It's like our miniature facelift.
It is, and I don't use it as much as I should because, you know, it's making that time or taking that time, and it's more of an immediate result that, you know, like for an event or something like that. So, but that's probably one of my top favorite. But then after that, that's very hard to say because one just rolls into the next.
Yeah. And I wish now I would have asked you which one would you buy first that you don't have here tonight, because I do feel like a lot of us don't invest in things for ourselves. We hear about them, but we don't always try them for ourselves. So it always is fun to say, okay, which one impressed you the most that you want to try? Does anybody have a favorite that they heard about tonight? Not so much? Well, they're all our favorites.
After I talked to Brenda a few times, you know, she's like, why are you not using this stuff? So I went into my inventory and I went shopping and I really like the facial peel now. So that is one of my favorites. So thank you, Brenda.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle. I thought you were napping. I wasn't sure if you were awake or I would have said something to you. Yeah.
She looks
Nope.
comfortable.
I am comfy, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'm so
knew
proud of
she was-
you, Michelle. And you love it, don't you?
Yes, I do. And it says it's supposed to be tingly, but there is no tingle, at least not for my skin. And
I think
I've
that's for
left it on.
newbies.
I've left it on longer than the 10 minutes and just wiped it right off. And it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it is a wow. It really is.
You can't, can't describe it. So it's really important that you try it.
For
Well,
you.
thank you all for coming. Anybody else have anything they want to add? Teresa and Brenda, we totally appreciate you all being here. So go give that Michelle a call and tell her what your favorite was. And if you want to try any of them, we want to know what you think of them, because Mary Kay has that 100% satisfaction guarantee if you want to trade it in for something else. But we know you're going to love it. For now,
I would like to just also say that micellar water, adding that to your routine is a game changer. So if you don't use it, add that in, even if you just use it at night. I have seen probably the biggest difference in the smoothness of my skin by adding that one and then the replenishing serum C plus E in. But if you don't know where to start, I would say start at the top and just slowly every payday or whatever, add in a new product.
That's really good advice. It really is. It really is. It's great advice. So, and the best way to do it, as you all know, is just to join us as a Mary Kay consultant. Then you can have as much, as long as you have 10 customers, your products are free. We had a math teacher figure that out for us. So your goal is at least 10 customers, and then the profits from those customers, hey, you just order your all stuff and somebody else paid for it. So keep that in mind. It's a great opportunity.
Mhm.
Thank you all for coming. And I think Angie, we get it recorded, hopefully?
I think so. It'll have to catch up because it's delayed, but it is recorded out to the YouTube channel. So once it catches up, I will send that link to Brenda or to the directors, and then they can send it out to everybody to be able to view this on YouTube.
Or if there's somebody that couldn't make it tonight, I know a couple of couldn't, then
Right.
they can go in and view it themselves.
Right. Now the chat is not going to be available, so that form is not going to be there, but it'll be in the replay.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Angie, so much for all you do to help us through these things. Even if I do get lost now and then.
No.
Hey, Rita, I was going to add one thing, that replenishing serum C+C, the medical scientist that works for Mary Kay, if you've ever gone to seminar and you see him, he's got the silver hair and he's answering questions, he's got the white lab coat. He's actually from Baldwin City. And so I talk to him every time I go to seminar or leadership. And so I asked him, what is the one product in our line that you would, if a woman said, what one product should all women use? And he said the replenishing serum C+C, because of what it does for the skin. All women should be using that morning and night. And he said, I'm a dude and I use it. So just wanted to add that. So
I agree 100%.
Yeah, we do love it. So that's a good one to start with, the two. So choices, we've got lots of choices. Just get them all.
That's right.
Okay, thank you all for helping us out with our little experiment tonight with the glass skin, and we want to know how it works for you. Give us a heads up when you've tried them all.
Okay, thank you and bye.
Okay, bye Darnell, bye Michelle,
Bye,
bye
thank you.
Ange,
Bye,
Deb.
Brenda. Bye, Teresa. Thank you for
Bye.
joining.